5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, no.
God damn it.
We're off to a great start! Hello, everyone!
Literal Hitler Darwin.
I was sitting there waiting to start the timer, then I realized I don't have both hands free. What the fuck am I doing?
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the SourceRuns podcast, also known as the SourceCast. My name is Jared Centarium O'Brien. I am the owner of SourceRuns.org and the YouTube page. I'm not really known for doing any runs aside from the Nightmare House 2 run or the Episode 1 run. So, yeah, that's that. We'll just go through the line and start introducing people, starting with Gocnak.
Alright, hello everyone. My name is Gocnak. I am a Half-Life 2 runner and just pretty much a SourceRuns member. I've done a bunch of segments in Dwalmov and Portal Dun and Proer, and yeah. I'm hoping to work on the Episode 2 run. And
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm Darwin. Did some segments in Dwalmov. Did the teaser and the trailer and the music for the teaser. And, well, yeah, and then me and Zimbabwe who's up, we did a run, Dangerous World. And I just forgot that I also did a run by myself, Aberration, that was my first run, actually. And, yeah, that's me.
And I am Zimbabwe. I'm best known for showing people how shitty of a game Portal 1 is. Done a couple of runs of that, got a couple of segments in Dwamov, and that's pretty much it for me.
Cool.
Alright. So I guess that's just introductions done. We're hoping to make this podcast kind of a bi-monthly thing, so pretty much one every 2 weeks or so. And hopefully figure out a day when to release these. Probably Fridays, I guess.
Yeah, usually the weekends are the best.
Yeah, like if you release it like Tuesday morning, like no one's gonna friggin' see it.
I know.
Tuesday morning. Well, I guess,
3:30 a.m.
It could happen that we have, like, personal stuff. This isn't very, like, super organized, which it might seem, but it's not really.
It's just kind of something we wanted to try out, really, I guess, to kind of put out some content other than a run every
Just
6
runs.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a lot when we do source runs. We don't have a whole lot of choices. And if you want to do a mod, it's got to be pretty much the perfect mod, I think. At least I think that.
Yeah, lots of mods have a bunch of cutscenes in them. I'm very selective on which mods I want to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just pick the popular ones and then run them.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they're shit, they have to be popular.
Well, yeah, I mean, Nightmare House 1 was shit, but I didn't put that on SourceRuns. I put that on my personal channel. Oh,
Wait,
and
what's on
the very
SourceRuns
first...
channel?
So, Nightmare House 2.
I
2 is
mixed those two.
okay.
Was it really good enough to warrant a sequel?
Nightmare House 1?
Like Dangerous World is going to have, apparently.
Oh god, yeah. Without Car, no is possible to continue.
Yeah, we had a problem in, like, the end of the run on Dangerous World, if you've seen that, me and Zimbabwe's run. We wanted to like ditch the car, and obviously we tried it out, and then we got a text saying, like, without car no S possible to continued, I think. That's the message we got, so that shows, like, how well they made that.
It's like an invisible wall that's physically impossible to bypass, and it just pops that text up on your screen as a giant fuck you and a middle finger.
Yeah, and then when we actually had to take the car, of course, in the loading screen, for some reason, and this happened, like, on every instance of the game, we could not stop it. You get thrown out of the car at the start of the next map. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's kind of stupid. We lose, like, I don't know, 5 seconds on that.
But other than that, it was a pretty interesting mod. Like, you guys pretty much launched everywhere in the city, 17 parts.
Yeah, that was a quality friggin' speedrun.
Yeah.
I remember working on that launch from the rubble, like up in the air, like the big launch in the game, for I think 5 or 6 hours straight through an entire night, and I just could not get it. I wasn't even anywhere close. And then of course Zimbabwe wakes up, time zones, and he goes on, tries it for like half an hour and gets it. Fucking Zimbabwe.
Yep.
It's kind of like a tactical show strike getting his segment in Dwamov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about like why we do segments and like why we try for so long just to get this like 5-second segment of a run, because like I have on my channel a video of me doing in Dwamov the segment where I ABH on the pods. I do it for 6.5 hours straight, and pretty much that like experience was me doing the same thing over and over and over and over again for 6 hours straight until like around 5.5 hours or like 5 hours 45 minutes into it, I switched my technique just a little bit. I said, okay, maybe I should try an uncrouched jump for the first one, and in 30 minutes I get it.
Yeah.
And like it's segments are like you want to try to get the best you can. Like that's why we try them over and over and over again. We don't go with the first one that we get. Segmented runs are very, very, very like optimized enough so that it could almost be a task, but we don't have the luxury of like slowing down the run. Source Engine has host timescale.
That's
that
all
you
cheat
can
protected there.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna get to. It's cheat protected. Same with single step, which is frame by frame manipulation. But like it's very hard to use because you have to go frame by frame, and it's not like not like any other task you would see.
It's really, really buggy too.
Especially when you have like 300 frames a second, it gets very annoying to do. So it'd be very jumpy, and it just wouldn't be enjoyable to watch. Like I wouldn't want to do a task run ever. I would do if anything, I would do a timescale run, but even then I probably wouldn't want to. But so that's when
the timescale run
segmented
is horrible though.
Yeah, and the mouse movements jump around a lot, so that's obviously why not a lot of people do timescale runs.
B-hopping in timescale is like ridiculously difficult.
Because the timing is different.
Yeah, you can't use auto
I think-
hotkey with timescale lower than what, 0.67?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Cameron said, I think.
Well, you can. You just have to do some really weird math to figure out what the wait time for the auto hotkey thing is going to be. It's really dumb. Like, there's no reason for it. But even using stuff like mouse wheel, if you're scrolling your mouse wheel too quickly, even at full speed, then your jumps won't go through. That's a problem I had with my Logitech G500 with the auto scroll wheel. Was in Portal 2, I couldn't use the auto scroll wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Which is why there's very, very few, if any, scriptless Half-Life 2 runs. Because the Source Engine's just, you can't really not use a script on it. It's different if it's like Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, because it's kind of a different engine and different, movements for the player.
Like, there's no scriptless segmented.
If you're doing it in real time, it's possible to do with scriptless. We have SourceRuns scriptless, obviously. But the thing is, like, in segmented runs, people are still hating on us for using scripts, and, well, I can't really see why, because the thing is, in segmented runs of Source games, there are so many random RNG, whatever, like, boosts and skips and whatnot that are, like, almost impossible to get without scripts for B-hopping or for ABHing or whatever. So, you can't just skip a route that saves, like, 20 seconds because you want to do the whole run without scripts.
Like, these scripts, they don't play the game for us, which I think is what a lot of people think scripts are doing.
Mm-hmm.
These scripts are macros. They automatically press jump for us. So we don't have to worry about the timing with scroll wheel or have that, scroll wheel not, like, registering a jump when we need it to, which is what a lot of the stuck launches, the stuff where or mostly me, where I jumped into an object that was tilted, and then, like, I kind of got this really fast, like, boost or ejection from it, and I do it in Town 01 and C-1705, it's like, and combining with a grab punt, I can go upwards. But I wouldn't be able to do that with a scroll wheel because the timing of being stuck in that like tilted object is so like you have to be able to jump a lot in that time frame that you're stuck in that object. Otherwise, you aren't going to get any speed. And so that's why a lot of the stuck launches that were in Dwalmov cannot be done in single segment runs. So, I mean, if they could be, even then, I probably still wouldn't try them because it's really difficult to do the ones that I did. And yeah, so auto hotkey scripts are not like ones that take control of the game. They just automatically send space or automatically grab, like jump and press E for us. They aren't moving Gordon.
Yeah, a lot of people get the misconception that these scripts will pretty much do things for us, which a lot of people think is hacking or cheating or whatever, just because of like the only experience I've had of like scripts or hacks or whatever is like through multiplayer, where it pretty much plays the game and shoots the players for you, which is totally not the case for speedruns, because these things are like verified by, well, if they go on SDA, by people who know what a hack is and know exactly where someone is cheating in the game. For example, this isn't a cheat, but in our episode 1 run, there's a part where he uses a wrong save for a level, and it almost jeopardized our run from getting published, but luckily people realized that, nothing was really lost, and we actually had a save where our health was lower, or we had less armor or something, so it wouldn't even matter.
And, I mean, Source Engine saves are very, like, it's very important that you do a linear progression of a run, especially, well, I mean, Portal 2 obviously isn't the case, and Portal 1 actually even isn't the case, really, but for Half-Life 2 and all of the mods and...
Things with seamless load times.
Yeah, like, you need,
load screens,
you need saves in order to maintain your health and ammo and your current stance, because if you start a map, or if you start a map, you're not going to have the same stuff that you had from your save. So that could be either speed or weapons or even your health. So it's very important that you do a linear progression for games like Half-Life 2. And that's what we had to do for Dwalmov. So we couldn't do Ghost first and then be like, okay, let's do Entanglement now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. We actually, we've had an issue in Portal 1 where we discovered a skip on an earlier map that saves like 15-20 seconds over the route that we were doing. So we actually had to go back, use that old save, and redo that section, and then at the end of all of those segments line ourselves up in the elevator to make sure we were in the exact same position so that it still looks as like a one continuous run. I mean, and in Portal it doesn't matter because there is no health, there is no ammo.
You're in the elevator.
You're in the elevator. There is no benefit to be gained. But just so that people don't, get furious at us, oh, you did this in a million segments and used cheats and Gabe Newell played the game for you, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had to make sure that our position was really similar.
We actually had a problem come up where one of the coast maps, we finished the map, and one user by the name of Zach didn't want to progress in the speedrun. So he stayed on one map and beat it by like maybe 3 ticks. I don't really remember.
It was 15, I think.
15 ticks.
Yeah.
A tick's not even like relatively close to a second, just so you know.
Yeah, 1 tick is
It's like a frame.
0.015. Yeah, 0.015 of a second. In Half-Life 2.
Anyway, like, he got a better time by barely a second, and wanted us to start over from the point because we couldn't just, like, put his save or his demo in there and try to make it look like a transition in there because, I mean, that's kind of cheating in a way, but, it just causes a lot of drama.
The save was different. It was very, like, he had a different ending to it.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, we would have had to do so many segments. I don't know, we were like 2 or 3 segments ahead.
4.
Or 4 even, so...
Yeah,
I mean, it's a better time, sure, but, like, that's 4 segments, and those were... I remember because one of those were my first segment, and those were kinda-ish really difficult segments to get. And we would have to redo all that because of, like, 15 ticks faster of a segment, 4 segments before where we were. It's not worth the hassle.
Yeah, and we didn't have a phase 1. Well, I mean,
Well.
okay.
What is
We had
a
a
phase
phase
1?
half.
What is
pretty
a phase-
much,
yeah.
Where, yeah, I don't. We had general routes, which we didn't even use. Like I don't know. Phase 1 was just like, okay, we're going to AVH. That was pretty much what phase 1 was. So when we got to a map, we pretty much routed it on spot. Like we did not have any. Like for example, Citadel 02. We thought we were going to be behind by like maybe 20 seconds because we were going to have to fly on this crate that's so much slower than done quick, and oh my god, we're gonna, we all the way to the end, and then we got to it, and then we realized that one, ASH flying had been found where you could kind of do a sideways like ASH while flying on your object, and that was a lot faster than just doing the normal look down and fly. And then we realized that there were sloped walls in the Citadel, so that we could probably do a launch off of them. And then I think, you, Zim, and Matmo just one night just went through and they ABH'd through the whole thing. And you found that you could use an SMG nade after boosting off of one of the walls to get all the way to the end. And so we end up, when we get to that map, we end up decimating the time by like 20 seconds, or 12, or 20 or 12, it's somewhere
Some number.
in that time. Yeah, somewhere in that
I thought
time.
it was Pruno.
But it,
No, it was me and Matmo.
yeah, it was Matt Mullins.
Compare that to losing 20 seconds. I mean,
Yeah, I know,
that's,
right?
that shows
So
what
it's-
could happen. Also, to just make sure that people know what we're talking about, Phase 1 is basically going through the game and routing it, so we know
Yeah.
where to go. Phase 2 is executing it.
Kind
Then
of.
we kind of have, most, or not most, but a lot of the routes are obviously very much the same as Done Quick's routes, because it's still the same game, it's just a different engine. We could do other stuff like launching, obviously, and such, but we had pretty much a lot of the game already routed for us, and then we just had to tweak it so it fit the new Orange Box engine.
Yeah, talking about that nade launch, it's really, really unfortunate. There's a lot of tricks like that, but where we do this crazy boost, but you can't even see what's going on because A, it happens so fast, and B, it happens in the darkest corner of the
Yeah, I
entire
could have turned
map.
on the flashlight during that segment, but I just wanted to get it over with. I just wanted to get it because it was so close all the time. And
Well, even if you
besides
turn on the flashlight, all you're going to see is flash, red, explosion, and then flying through the air.
you
Blue
would have
Bell.
seen more. I mean, I just realized that I used our very good friend Matt Fulbright 1,
Yep.
which is a command in the Source engine that you can
Not
type
cheat
in.
protected.
Wait, what? Not cheat.
It's not.
protected.
Yeah, it's not cheat protected, so you can use it
What?
in
You can
it's single
since
player
when?
games. It's not cheat protected, so you can just use it to see in the dark.
Wouldn't that technically be cheat protected?
In
Or am I being stupid?
Multiplayer, it is.
Well, I thought of the usage of words. Never mind. I think we all know what you mean.
Oh, alright.
But the thing is, and what that is basically removes all the light in a scene and just have a basic ambient light. So if you're in the darkest of rooms or maps, you'll still see everything without a flashlight.
It removes the light map and just makes every texture have its own light source, so you can see all of the textures.
Yeah, exactly. And I was using that, so I didn't think about what the segment would look like, because if I got the segment or if I got an attempt and watched it, I watch it in game. So I still have Mad Fulbright turned on, and when you've done so many runs and so many segments in SourceRuns overall, you tend to forget that you're using Matt Fulbright.
Yeah.
Fun fact: we actually found a person called Matt Fulbright, which was
It's on Facebook, yep.
an awesome day. So Matt, if you're watching this or listening to this, dude, you're our hero.
You're our best friends.
We love you so much, and you have an awesome name.
But we ran Dwamov on hard, so we were very limited with what damage boosts we could do. Even in Town 02, we used one grenade, and that was enough to bring us down to 20. No, we were going to die if we landed. So you had to land
I had to land
on the table
a health kit to heal myself, and then I took damage.
Before you took damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have died.
Dying's not good in a speedrun. Just
Yeah, it's
you know.
horrible.
Well, not in source
especially
games,
on
at least.
hard.
Yeah, in some speedruns it's awesome. And
Just
helps
look
you
at
a lot.
Legend of
Especially at
Zelda,
the
dude.
end.
Dying allows you to skip the entire game.
Oh yeah.
You can do the same in Half-Life 1 if you like have a save in the Goliath level.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
New Game Plus.
So
Doesn't count.
So anyway, I think we've milked that subject.
Pretty much.
Before my internet cuts out again, guess we should move on to the next bullet we have on here. Runs we're currently working on.
Yeah. What are we
I guess we can
working
just
on?
pick from the list here. Black Mesa, Portal Inbounds, Episode 2.
Alright, Zim's got dibs. Okay, so we've been working on this for a really, really long time, and we've actually just been super lazy and haven't done anything recently. But we've been working on a new Portal Inbounds run. The most recent Portal Inbounds run that we're comparing our time to is a run done by Kingpin, and it was done a couple of years back, and the time is 13 minutes and 19 seconds.
This is segmented, by the
And-
way. Just had to get
Yeah, it's a segmented run, and ours is as well. Kingpin's, I believe, use scripts, and ours is not using scripts because we're attempting an SDA submission and all of that fun stuff that goes along with that. But, so yeah, Kingpin's time is 13 minutes, 19 seconds, and our run is not finished, so we only really have an estimated time, but our current estimated time is somewhere in the neighborhood of 11 minutes and 10 seconds or so, somewhere around there. So
And, yeah.
we're saving over 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which is a lot
Like-
on a game this short.
Solely runs Inbounds single segment, which is all done in one sitting. And he got world record 13:09.
Oh,
is
so
his
he
world
beat
record.
he beat the old segmented time with a single segment.
Yeah, with the new strats that have been found. But we still have some tricks up our sleeves, obviously, because we're going sub 12 minutes with it. And where are we at? We're at Escape 01 right now.
Yeah, I think we finished redoing 2 and 3, and I think we're on Escape 01. I think we finished Escape 00. So we have literally 2 maps left. We're just all stupid, lazy sacks of shit and haven't been working on
Well,
segments.
for me, it's schoolwork and other things that have been getting in the way. Like, I've been working on a ghosting mod, which I'll
we
get into
could talk about that later, yeah.
Yeah, and it's mostly school. It really is mostly school for me.
Most of us are pretty much in school. Actually, Nick and I actually go to the same university. Purely
Yeah, I'm not.
coincidental as well.
I'm alone. Not in school.
The Darwin's not
Well,
in
yeah.
school.
Oh,
and
except for-
it's
except
also
for,
motivation.
But that doesn't mean I'm working really actively on the Black Mesa run. Even though I'm not in school.
But even then, the Inbounds run, where we're at right now, is pretty much just doing what a normal Inbounds run would do, just
Yeah.
fast. Except for one clipping glitch, which we're going to get to, which I'm waiting on, and come on.
Yeah, at this point
But,
we
like,
have like a new way to kill Gladys that's like less than half a second faster. We have a new way to get through the rocket turret room with the glass that's a little bit faster. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is stuff that we've seen before. It's just that we're not doing it. So I would say keep your eyes peeled for that run to pop up on the SourceRuns YouTube soon, but I wouldn't
Define
bet the bank
soon.
on it. Yeah, soon in Valve time. So
Like, anywhere
God,
from like
that's
a couple
never-
months to 5 years.
pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
No, but I mean, I don't know. Would it be like impossible for it to get done before Christmas? Am I being...
No, definitely not. No, it'll
Alright.
probably once we all go on winter break. It may be done before then even, but if it's not done before then definitely during winter break it'll get finished up.
Cool.
Yeah,
And-
because there will definitely be motivation then, free time and whatnot.
I mean, really, like we said, it's only 2 maps, which is like 5 or 6 segments, so that's really only like 20 or 30 hours of work. It's just...
Stuff gets
Honestly,
in
the
way.
segments are just boring segments to run. I hate the escape. It's just so stupid.
Did you ever finish those first, like, didn't you redo, like, 02
02 to 03?
Yeah,
I
we
think we
redid
finished
02 to 03 to do a save glitch that saves like almost 20 seconds, and I think we've already done that. I'm looking at the
Sully
timesheet
did
right
it
now, and it
in
hasn't
his single
been put
segment.
in. So I'm gonna
Maybe
wait.
not.
Sully does that in single segment?
Yeah, he did it.
Are
in
you
his
shitting
13
me?
Yeah, he did it in his 1309 run.
Oh my Lanta!
Yeah, there was a new consistent way to get it actually. So I guess like it's consistent for single segment.
Yeah.
All right.
Thought I'd turn that off.
So Skrillex is joining our
it's actually
SourceCast.
my
here.
song, but sorry.
That's a cue for starting to talk about
Yeah,
Black Mesa, I guess.
Yeah, Black Mesa run.
That I'm currently kind of ish in charge of, even though kind of On Trigger started it, but he's not doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. I mean, when I work from home and I don't have school, so yeah, I'm pretty much in charge of it, I guess. But that's going really well. I think, even though it's kind of a slowish pace we have right now, but we have some mad segments. We've up to. Yeah, I don't know map names because map names in Black Mesa are stupid. But we're up to the part where you meet the Hound Eye for the first time. That's
yeah,
where
all of
we're
the
at.
segments that I've seen feature crazy stuff. So
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
actually
this
really
is a-
excited to see that run get finished.
I talked
yeah.
earlier about like how it's not weird for like Source games to have a lot of segments or scripts or whatever, and this is really showing it because this is Half-Life 1, but in not the it is the Orange Box engine, but it's it's a
Modified
Portal
version.
2, Portal 2 version.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like bee hopping in Portal 2, but with higher gravity, pretty much. So you won't be seeing like so much crazy bee hopping speeds because you can't really get them unless you boost, and we can't do that all the time. But however, what a segmented run of Black Mesa inclines is that we can do so many object boosts that you would never do in a single segment that aren't even routed yet because we find them along the way. We haven't done a phase 1 for this run either. So
Phase 1 is
yeah,
pretty much just practice for people who aren't that great at speedrunning.
I guess.
Or people who are just starting. I mean, that's what I've seen.
Well, the thing is, I just love Black Mesa so much. I stream it occasionally, and
How many
once I
times
get
have
to
you
know
beaten it?
one. I love running Black Mesa. I don't love the game. I think it's. I don't think they did the best job of recreating Half-Life 1. I gotta say.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that mod so much, and I still haven't beaten it. And it's been a year.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I
mean-
still haven't beaten it either. I've gotten pretty far, but I didn't.
I found a
I
ton
just
of
like the
tricks.
last-
I found a ton of tricks and skips and glitches in that game. Still haven't beat it. I think I put like 50, 60 hours in that game. Haven't even come close to beating it. I think I got the Tau gun, and that was it. Whatever. It's a gun. You hold it. I don't care.
No, you don't.
Cool.
You don't. Just
if you
like,
if you
levitate
hold
in
it, it's a
your
gun.
arms.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything
so
you hold is
Oh
a
my
gun.
god, are we
Anything
doing
you
like,
hold is a
elementary
gun.
school logic now?
I'm drinking from a gun right now.
That's
No, but,
dangerous. You shouldn't do that. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
No, but I mean the ending of the mod is so horribly put together. I mean, still I've done the end. I've went through the ending once, so I might be just being stupid, but I still have so much hatred for the ending of this game. I don't know. I was tired when doing it the one time I did it, but it just felt like the maps were so poorly put together in the end, like they were kind of rushing it to get it out. I didn't know where the fuck to go. I never get
hype
lost.
anything.
I never get lost in Source games. But in
Oh
Black
God,
Mesa,
no,
I was
I
like,
agree.
where the fuck do I go?
There was such
So-
a lack of direction in those games, in that game. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean, they were great
especially
mappers,
in the ending.
like, visually, but as game developers, not so much. I mean, they only
Well-
rehashed that game about 30,000 fucking times.
It explains why I dislike, or why I still, even though I want to do S's attempts of the game, why I still don't know the routes for like the last third of the game. I just hate it so much. It's boring. Might get more fun when I know the routes,
fuck.
but I've been like everybody in SourceRuns lazy. But
You know,
anyway,
it's
the
nothing
segment run
against-
is gonna be awesome.
Half-Life 1 itself, Half-Life 1 is an insanely fun game, at least to me. like the speedrun or not, and then Black Mesa is just so blah.
Yeah, I agree. And Jared, this is actually like the first run you're gonna participate in, segmented at least.
Yeah, for like the first time in a few years.
Yeah, so that's the mighty comeback of Centaurium.
Well,
former known as Cool.
Whatever. You know, a lot of people still don't know my name. Cool.
Can you do a comeback but with another name?
No, I'm not changing my name for a third time.
No
if
one.
I do, it's gonna be like some other scientific name, like mycotoxin.
That's a cool name.
No, I mean it has meaning behind it. I just gotta figure it out first.
Well, anyway, we love each other here in SourceRuns so much. Can you tell?
So, anyway, moving on to. Oh wait, we didn't speak about episode 2.
Episode 2, yeah. I guess I can talk about that. We're in a weird state because
we've been on this run for about 3 years, and we've only gotten through one map.
Yeah. Well, no, 3. CZF picked it up again, but we are starting over, and there's something interesting about the engine that we're using. We aren't even using the pre-Steam pipe. Well, we are using pre-Steam pipe, but we aren't using 5135, which was what Dwamov was built on.
The May 2010 update.
Yeah, we're pretty much before 2010.
It's pretty much the original 2007 engine.
Yeah,
or close
which
to
is
it.
The original Orange Box engine, because there's a feature in it that got patched where if you were on the other side of a displacement or a wall, like if you boot up the game and you look at like the wall that's pretty much the rock wall or whatever. If you go on the other side of
displacements is the word he's looking for.
Yes, it's displacements, but I'm trying to explain because not everybody knows that. If you go on the other side, you can see through it. That's a displacement. So if in this engine you can actually go through that if you have enough speed. Like it clips you. You kind of get stuck a little bit, but then it clips you through. And that's what Done Quick did in their run. They had that because it was in the older engine. So we didn't have that luxury in the 2010 or 2010 Orange Box engine, which was 5135. So we're using this very old version of the engine, and there are going to be a bunch of new routes compared to compared to the progress that's already been made on the episode 2 run. There's already a bunch of stuck launches and stuff that I have in mind, especially in this Vortal coil. That's gonna be fun. So
God.
I think so we decided it was the best for the interest of the run to start over, because obviously there were some improvements that could be made even in just like ABHing and
optimizing.
Because like I think we have a better sense now after Dwamov what we can do faster and just in general senses of ABHing and item climbing and stuff. So we're starting over, and so far we haven't gotten any segments. We
haven't.
We're on the first one, so we have to do the first segment over again, which
so
is
far we have done approximately nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. It's the train. We have to fall down the train, and we have to. We're stopping the segment right when Alex opens the door, and then from then on out, I think that's when like I'll start streaming segment attempts and trying that. But like that's where we're at, and S was having difficulty getting his pre-update to work.
Everyone is.
That's probably going to happen to me as well. That's what happened when I joined SourceRuns like over 2 years ago.
Oh, before we get off that topic, one thing I kind of want to note is the reason we started over the run is because when we like the literal minute we finished the episode 1 run, which was like April 2010, we started the episode 2 run, which was like around May 2010. So that's when
those segments are
up.
a little old.
Yeah, and we can't find the saves.
No,
too? That's kind of a
we
problem.
stopped because everything updated May of 2010, and we just couldn't really continue.
Yeah, but now that
Gocnak was hitting on a good point that we learned so much from Dwamov. Like I think
everyone's
the quality and the optimization, like how we optimize segments during and after Dwamov, has really changed.
Well, the team size has changed too. It's almost quadrupled.
Well, I don't think
there's
really
there's
that
a bunch
matters
more
because,
interest.
I mean, there could still be years ago when like 2 or 3 people worked on a segment, and for some segments of Duomo, it was the same thing. I mean, I remember, I don't know what segment number that is, it doesn't really matter, a segment I got. It was like me and I think Matt Mo and maybe somebody else working on it.
Zimbabwe.
That was 3 people. No, not you. You didn't work on segments because you don't want to.
Basically.
No, so I mean, like, there's really a difference. Even though we're more people, they're still, like, the optimization, I don't know what happened. I guess we felt like what we did was so big without, like, sounding like a douchebag. But, I mean, it's the second, like, kind of official run of Half-Life 2. You know, that's got to be good. We got to work so as hard as possible. And
This is like game of the
I think
century
we did.
right here, or decade. I don't really remember.
Oh, yeah,
Game of the
Game
Forever.
of the
I don't
Decade.
know.
And it's
Best
almost
game
the run.
of
The
forever.
run definitely resonated with a lot of people. I mean, we got a very good like feel from it because I think it was more like Portal got pretty much broken. Like it was like
Oh yeah.
we were clipping through wall, like we were poking our head out of bounds from just the like ceiling, shooting our portals underneath the elevator, like. So we were breaking the game, and I think with the Half-Life 2, or with Lomov, it was more explainable because of our launches. We did purely AVH launches, or like stuck launches, which was, I mean, that was explainable. I jumped into something that was tilted and punted it, and oh my god, speed and stuff. I mean, well, maybe, I mean, not very explainable, but like people could at least understand what's going on, as opposed to shooting a portal on the ceiling, shooting a portal on the wall, shooting
a
a
lot
portal
more
on the
tame.
floor, going through the
Yeah.
top and shooting somewhere, and then somehow getting underneath the elevator. So, I think with like Half-Life 2 runs and yeah, just compared to Portal 1 in general, it's a lot more well conceived because a lot of people have played the game casually. So that's where we start getting what they didn't like about it was we were going through stuff that they did, like, or we were going through cutscenes a lot like quicker than they did or something. So I think just the fact that we were able to optimize so much and produce the launches and the crazy shit that you see is how the run like got so big, I think.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
concur. Anyway, episode 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Stop
Yeah, no,
asking
it's
everyone.
getting there. I'll definitely stream segment attempts.
I definitely won't because my internet is incapable of that.
Yeah, I hate that now. You used to be able to stream, and that makes
My
me
streams
sad.
used to be fun for me.
And kitten filled. I remember when
Fuck
you got
kittens,
attacked.
dude. I hate
Dude,
kittens.
your mom rescued all those kittens, and all they did were like they fucking attacked you.
I saw your
Like,
mom on
They
TV.
still are.
Yeah.
God damn it, kitten. Damn it,
That's
Cosmo.
seriously-
Nick, I saw
I had
your
a kid
mom on
named
TV.
Cosmo.
What?
Oh yeah.
Like about a year ago, I was just watching TV, and I
No, it was
saw
named
some
after-
woman. Come on, named.
Bleep.
I was like, oh my god, that's Nick's mother.
Yep, it was my mom.
Yeah.
Sorry for saying your mom's name on the internet.
It's okay, we'll bleep it out.
We'll bleep that out.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my
We'll
god,
ask
it's
her.
bleep bleep.
So episode 2 is happening.
Yeah. So
Are
I
we
mean,
sure?
it's just gonna be. It will.
I'm pretty sure, I think so.
I think the
happen.
inbounds has a lot more priority. I think for
Unlike
I think
episode
inbounds
3.
inbounds will definitely be done before episode 2 because there's a lot more cutscenes and stuff in.
Well, we have an entire game to go through in episode 2, and
Yeah.
there's 2 maps in Portal Inbounds. I think that's pretty much guarantees. I hope. Otherwise, we would become like too much like Valve, releasing
Yeah.
stuff at the wrong times, like Left 4 Dead 2 before Half-Life 3.
Yeah, and I
I've heard
guess
three before the first.
I guess I can mention this here. We started to look at Minerva Metastasis. That mod has 2 maps at the very beginning. Its first 2 maps are pretty open, pretty good. But from then on out, it's all indoors, and you can't really
Do anything indoors.
Nobody
Yeah.
likes doing indoor segments.
and it's
in
waiting in
Source
an
Runs.
elevator. Like I said, we get very selective over what we want to do. Episode 2 we're going to tolerate because we have all these fucking crazy launches and stuff. Oh my god, I cannot wait. But like
Well, it's
Portal
a big
inbound
game as
segments
well.
have crazy shit. Like surfing on a camera is one of the segments I did.
Some lag glitching thing.
Yeah, it's a-
that,
Yeah,
Video
lag.
that
Oh
on the
god,
YouTube.
that's yeah. So I think like Minerva might not be made. I'm sorry if anybody was looking forward to that. If
I don't worry,
anybody,
we weren't.
yeah.
Everybody watching this is just like, what the fuck is Minerva? What are these guys talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Okay,
good
if you don't know
mod
what
if you
Minerva
want-
is, you just got to get out of the Half-Life 2 community. I mean, Jesus.
Hater status.
I mean, come on. Oh my God.
So yeah, that was what we were kind of looking at, but I guess it was worth mentioning because like, I guess we kind of started it, but not really. I don't know. There's not really any. The only crazy things that could happen were in the first like probably 5 segments, and then it would just all be doing what was intended but faster. Yeah, it's I don't want to run it, so I don't think we're gonna run it.
Gocnak doesn't want to run it, therefore not being run.
Yeah, it's not being run.
Yep,
It's not
pretty
gonna be
much.
done.
Talking about Valve time and stuff, I mean, we're kind of closely connected to Valve in the sense that, I mean,
Gabe Newell is my idol, so we're pretty.
Gabe
we're
Newell
pretty
is my
tight.
grandpa, dude.
Oh
That
my
beats
god.
it.
Gay
grandpa's
Ben is
your
my
idol.
son.
Oh yeah, Zim knows somebody who has the last name Newell, so I mean,
I
come
do.
on.
I ask him all the time, how's Gabe? He never replies.
But we are
You guys
very
might-
big fans of Valve and what they do.
Who
I
works for
wanted to,
Activision,
like-
you'll get banned.
What I meant was I mean, there's a lot of speculations going on about Source 2. What's that gonna be like? I mean, the Source Runs could pretty much die if Source 2 isn't, like, too speedrun friendly. I can think of a lot of people who would just stop doing runs if Half-Life 3 on the Source 2 engine will be like, no ABHing, no B-hopping, no nothing.
Okay, this is
Pretty much
assuming
the
that
por-
Valve will make
the-
a glitchless game, which hasn't happened yet.
No,
It doesn't have to be
obviously.
glitchless, but it could be like ABH or like AFH less.
It could be
They'll probably
funless.
fuck something up with the movement somewhere in development.
Yeah, I mean they're obviously building from the ground up. They couldn't.
They
aren't
want to do something
building-
revolutionary like they did with Source itself when it came out.
Yeah,
so
when it
Source,
came
could be
out.
Source
so
is not
completely
built from the
different.
ground up.
from Gold Source, yeah. So I
Which
mean
is
they
from
probably have
Quake 2.
some of the same methods though, but like demos and stuff. But I think that my speculation for Source 2 is it's either going to be Portal 2's engine without the bunny hop, which is
Which would suck.
pretty much be like any other normal FPS engine, but I mean with the physics that are probably going to be revolutionary and like the cool stuff that they're gonna have. But
I mean, it's obvious like prop flying won't be around anymore.
yeah, I think more of the I think they're going to take in consideration because that's what kind of you can boast about what's broken in the current engine, but if you show it to Valve, they're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, okay.
So like, if
that's
we never made
broken.
our speed runs, ABH would be like in everything right now.
Well, not multiplayer games. I think they ruled it out with the Source 2 engine, or I mean, the Portal 2 engine. But yeah, but Half-Life 2 wouldn't have.
P.S.
Mm,
Valve,
yeah.
we would love to beta test your games.
Yeah, I mean,
We
open
would be
for
the
that.
we would become the best beta testers you'd ever have. You
Or potentially the
to
worst.
This, obviously,
That'd probably be
and
the
it
worst.
sounds douchey and putting ourselves on a high horse, but really, I mean, speedrunners in general would make the best beta testers of any
Because
game.
the mentality of a speedrunner is a lot different. We think a lot more towards what could I do?
How
to
can I
fucking
break
exactly.
this?
We're
break
smarter
this?
gamers. It's no surprise
Right.
there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have done it too. I mean, playing a new game, I've gotten stuck on parts. I know where to go. I know what to do to advance. But I could stay on a spot for like almost an hour, I'm sure, just to see if I know I can get over this ledge right here or this invisible wall. I could boost myself by damage or by something else to get over and see what happens. Just that mentality would be great
And
for a beta
even
tester.
even in like button pressing as well, like Schrodinger's crouching and then crouching before you stand up completely causes your head to poke through the ceiling. Like that's kind of big. But
Yeah.
I mean, like it's a lot more because speedrunners think a lot more of towards like breaking or glitches because you want to try to use it to get a better time to beat it. But like, I mean, maybe we might not want them patched if we find a good one.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I mean, if you ever think
I
about
mean, they'd make our
that.
careers, but I mean,
Yeah, I know.
where would our
Ruin-
hobbies be at that point?
Ruin our hobbies, but make
and
a
ruin for
career,
everybody
right?
else
Yeah.
wanting
Oh,
to
well.
run the game. Oh my god, we find this crazy like route for a game I'm beta testing. Yeah, they're gonna patch that. You can't do it.
Oh yeah,
It's like, oh guys, I found this awesome glitch where you could like pop out from the top of the ceiling by crouching. Up, they patched it, and it's impossible.
wasn't there someone?
Thanks to me.
Was it Cool Kid? Someone worked on the like the Brady Games guide for Portal 2 or something, and said they found a couple of glitches. I think it was Cool Kid. No, not Cool Kid. I'm gonna have to go look back at the thread. I'm dumb. Ignore me.
Brady.
Okay.
what?
Alright. No, that's
Okay.
that's a good point. Like you can help out, and I think with Steam Pipe being open source, you'll see a lot of that. But it's more convenient. Like I think it's more multiplayer glitches that are going to be found. It's like
Yeah,
holy
more
shit,
people care
Schrodinger's
about
growth.
multiplayer because that's what's really going to ruin the experience for other people, not single player.
yeah,
where you're just
and
having
that's
fun.
because it has more of a direct thing. I mean, that's why ABH is in single player and not in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch.
Yeah.
They patched it out. They actually found it. Like I think it was even in Team Fortress too.
It was Cody Miller that worked on the official
no idea
guide.
who that is.
Oh, nice.
Well, talking about like the mentality of speedrunners that you were saying, I've seen a lot of comments on our runs and just from articles and etc. Not mentioning any names, but Kotaku.
Great, now I'll never get posted there. again.
Anyway, what I wanted to like
Completely
get out there is
interesting.
that I don't know. I'm talking for myself here, but I don't think speedrunners are less compatible with a good story than other players.
No,
And
we
there
play
are
games just
people
like
who think
everyone
that.
else.
We play games. It's just that, as I said, it sounds retarded even when you talk about it, like getting stuck on a part because you want to do something you're not supposed to do. I mean, Half-Life 2 is by far my favorite game of all time, like the series overall.
But it's not that replayable.
And I still speedrun it. I mean, people are saying, "Oh my god, the speedrunner, you don't care about the story, you don't get it, blah blah blah." I've played more of Half-Life 2 than you will ever do in your entire life.
Exactly.
That
yeah.
means
yeah, we
I kind of
have
care about the
hundreds
game.
of hours logged on our Steam accounts for these games.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of people will ask me, why would you bother speedrunning? You're wasting $60 on a brand new game, and you're going to beat it in a couple hours. I'm like, no, that's not at all what speedrunning is.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat
It's
it
like giving
first.
a
I'm going to beat it
game a whole
normal
new
the first
dimension.
time,
Yeah, it's
and
not
then I'm
like
going to
you
play it
fucking-
a bunch more times. I'm going to get more out of this game than anybody else playing this game ever will.
Exactly.
Unless it has like multiplayer, but yeah.
And with things like blah mod or
Nobody speedruns Call of Duty.
Well, single player,
Actually,
yeah,
there's
but
a
not.
couple, I mean,
multiplayer.
I tried. I did a Black Ops 2 run, and it went pretty well. I soft locked a couple of times.
I really only said that to make Kluger mad. So
And I think you basically meant multiplayer, or you both did.
yeah,
You can't really speedrun a multiplayer.
Well, they have this
Like-
slowdown thing.
Portal 2.
in the
Road to
multiplayer.
Commander. Come on, man.
Let's
Oh,
speedrun Half-Life 2 deathmatch.
That and the speedrunning community has like the people who are in it. I've noticed that they're very kind of just dynamic. Like everyone is like they have their own little thing that kind of makes them stand out from a lot of people. Like Darwin and I have music we make. Oh shit! I don't know anyone else what they do. I know they have other stuff though.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't know
Well, I
anything
code.
about any of you other guys. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, no, I code. Like,
Yeah, he
I
codes.
make mod. Like I'm working on making a mod. I made Gocnak. Like for my streams, I like solving problems, and that's part of speedrunning. Like
Yeah.
I have a problem, I need to get to the end of the map. How the fuck do I do that?
I play
Stuck
Salty
Launch.
Bet, Cookie
Yeah,
Clicker,
yeah.
and CS:GO. So
Oh yeah, you can become fucking addicted to that. Oh my god. But it's yeah, like and that's the thing. I think the speedrunning community is growing. It definitely is with
Yeah.
people like Cosmo and we have a lot of people coming into speedrunning from these big games. But what I think I'm seeing, and this isn't always the case for people. In fact, like I know that in a special case that somebody has actually started speedrunning Half-Life 2 because of me. And that makes me feel special because, like, you know, like that's, and I've made my tutorial, and that can help other people to run it as well. But then you have, you know, the bigger streamers that do more well-known games like Super Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time or any other Zelda game. And you have people that like watching speedruns, and then you have people that get motivated to do speedruns. And I think what happens is people see these speedruns and they see how popular, you know, people get, and so they try to do the speed run without actually liking the game. And this is like, I mean,
go ahead, waste your time.
If I were to say anybody who wants to start speedrunning, pick a game you like. Because if you do not pick a game you like if you pick a game like Ocarina, like if I were to start doing Ocarina of Time, I would want to kill myself. Not because Ocarina of Time's a bad game, but because I wouldn't want to go through that, because I don't like. I played Ocarina of Time. I enjoyed it. I just don't want to speedrun it because I don't think I would be good. And I mean, it is pretty competitive. I like being Half-Life 2 and Portal because I'm good at it.
Who's that one COD gamer who came along and started like speedrunning just for popularity?
Rooney, something along the lines. But like if you if you speedrun for popularity, you aren't like,
you're missing the point.
You're missing the point. We don't do speedruns for popularity. That's a nice benefit.
Yeah, SourceRuns has been around for about 4 years, and only in the past year or so have we started gaining notoriety. And I've pumped like $200-something into the site.
I just want to mention that since PDP and WAMA especially, we've been getting a lot of new people registering on the forums, which are, by the way, SourceRuns.org if you want to come and say hello in our very dead forums.
/index.php because we don't have a main
Well, you can
page
click
yet.
your way there, people wanting to join us in our project and our runs. I mean, like Mesa, we've been getting a lot of new faces that haven't been around.
And it's definitely
it's definitely growing, and it's a lot of fun.
We're not like most people who say like, oh, you can't come, we don't like you. I mean, as long as you like present yourself in a mature fashion, like we welcome most new people with open arms.
We are not an elitist group. A lot of people, like, especially
we're not your regular
runners,
gamers. We're just normal people.
A lot of Portal 2 runners or Portal runners say that they're not a part of SourceRuns, even though that's not like true. They're not a part of the SourceRuns. Like, they don't. I guess they think that because they don't talk in the SourceRuns like Skype group, or you know, maybe they don't like hang out in the Mumble or something, that they aren't a part of it. No, that's not the case. SourceRuns is a group of people who run Source games. Like that's pretty much it. Like if you run Portal 2, if you run Half-Life 2, well, Half-Life's not really Source, but I mean, Source. Like it's Gold Source. It's still Half-Life, right? So that's what SourceRuns is. Like, we aren't trying to be secluded or, you know, elitist or anything. Like, we can allow new people to join. That's what I kind of want, because, like, for segment optimization, the more people who are trying it, the better times you're going to get. And we saw that in Dwama. Like, if I'm the only one who was trying this stuck launch, I was doing it until I deemed it good. But if somebody else saw it and say, wait, well, you could do this a little bit faster, and then started trying, you could, you know, improve on it. And that's, I mean, then you get into the problem of like, okay, well, I mean, I really want this segment. So like, I mean, that's where competition starts getting into.
It's not like
the play.
Violent competition.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, but it's like,
I mean, if you're a douche,
sometimes
it's a funny competition. Like, you get excited if somebody beats your time. Like, no, I wanted this segment. You're gonna attempt it more, and maybe you will beat that guy's segment time. And what that means is that you get the segment potentially, and the segment itself is gonna be faster than it would have been. So it's like, you know, win-win.
Oh, yeah. Just like,
so that's why more people is better.
And about like elitist and stuff, if you would like compare us to anything, I don't really think we should like label ourselves, but we're more of a community than a clan, to say.
Yeah. Except for on Black Ops, we're a clan on Black Ops. If you want to join, PM me, 1,600 Microsoft points. Okay, wait, sorry, continue.
No, but I mean, we play other games as well. I mean, me and Nick, Zimbabwe,
Nick and I.
we're playing a lot
CS:GO.
of Counter-Strike,
CS:GO.
Global Offensive.
CS:GO.
Yeah.
And
Another member
yeah.
in the group, his name's Alan. He just joined. Him, my ex-girlfriend, and I all play Minecraft and do shit together.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just a group of people with a common interest and like a passion for.
Yeah, we're all
doing
genuinely
Source
nice people.
games.
We don't really have anyone who boasts like, I got this segment in your fucking face. You know, assholes like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank God we don't attract that type of mentality of people.
Oh yeah, no, I do that all the time. But like, I mean, other people don't do that as much as me.
It's gonna sound awful, but we kind of are like a big family.
Wow,
And now
just like
you're
massive,
allowed
weird
to say,
feeling down my
"Aw."
spine.
But no, really, I mean, I couldn't hear you, Jared. I'm sure it was important.
No, it was condescending. Don't worry.
Don't fucking talk to me when I'm talking. we're a family, yeah.
Oh, Dad, stop, please. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, actually, Nick, Zim, Darwin, and I all are planning on going to AGDQ in August or January, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
August, yeah. So
Yeah.
just have to wait
Just-
a bit under a year.
Just a full year.
Just camp it
So
out.
how's that?
We like to plan stuff in advance.
Hmm.
No, but yeah, if you're gonna be there, meet up with us. That's gonna be awesome.
We give out like free high fives and shit.
I don't.
We do autographs
$5 an
and
autograph.
signings. We have lectures.
We sign
Um,
nipples.
Yes, we do. We kiss
Only
babies.
the nipple?
If you want me to sign your mouse, $5.
I'll charge 4.
And I don't mean your computer mouse. I mean your pet mouse.
And if you're a grill, it's like $3.
I'll actually pay you to let me sign something.
Oh, okay. That's actually a really good deal.
I want to do that.
No,
Which
okay,
is
never
charged.
mind.
But the thing is,
Okay.
with like things like AGDQ, is mostly the age and the accessibility. Like I'm 17, so if I were to go, I need a trusted guardian, pretty much.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm only,
Like, I can
like-
drive myself. I can drive in my state, but like I can't just say, "Mom, I'm going to this convention." You know, I'll be back in 3 days.
To be fair, this year it has a legitimate reason. It's the hotel's policy, not anything else.
Yeah, and there's also policies and stuff. But it's like I would want to go. I would run Half-Life 2 and probably race Portal if I could go. But I just can't because I'm not in a good position. I have school and well, I mean it'll be on break for me, but probably. And it's like watching live. I guess is kind of cool because you can kind of interact and I guess you can donate too to get some interaction, but going there is probably the best thing that you could do because I've heard a lot of stuff like I've heard a lot of people that went just to watch the runs and they had a blast because you get to see these people in person
It's like
and
touching
meeting
and
them in
stuff.
person rather than and I know Zim and Darwin can vouch for this, meeting somebody in person that you've been probably talking or watching a lot of over the internet, it's a lot like different
Oh yeah.
than you would expect. So, I mean, going to AGDQ would probably be a blast for me, especially if like all of SourceRuns could go. We could meet in person,
Yeah.
and I mean, meeting other people as well, other people that do other games, and just meeting and watching them live.
What we need to
like,
start
in the same
doing is
room.
like during these podcasts, we need to like get like sponsors like Coca-Cola, and then like talk them into paying us for sponsoring them.
Totally.
Oh, guys, could really
Seduce
go
them.
for a Coca-Cola right now.
And then just
How would you like me to
gulp.
pour it up?
Oh man.
Well, now we just. I think
Yeah,
we
we
missed our
just did
chance by
free
doing that.
advertising for them. We should
I'll have
start
to
suing.
bleep that out.
Did I tell you guys about my new Steel Series mouse? It is
No.
wonderful and
More shit to
amazing.
bleep out.
I don't think a lot of people care about that, though.
So
But
guys, we're
anyway,
running up
before
to
we
an
lose
hour.
the topic and before we end this thing, I just wanted to say on the topic of marathons, like, I went to ESA, European Speedster Assembly, here
With S.
in Sweden. Yeah, S was there. Adam AK was there. I hadn't really talked to him, but I knew who he was. Pipe, the Twitch admin. I mean, those were the guys I hung out with a lot. And fucking like ESA was among the best things I've ever done in my life. It was so much fun. you get to meet all the people you've heard about. Like we were talking about, it's so much nicer to meet them in person and actually be able to like interact with them for
You can
real.
also find the love of your life. S. Pokey Grill.
S plus Poke
I'll
Grill
have
forever.
to bleep that out,
What?
like everything else.
One true pairing.
Maybe we should.
Why would you have to bleep that
People
out?
will get a little annoyed.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Dude,
well, I can't
It's a
fucking
joke.
tell.
I was talking to Zimbabwe. I think we're starting to ramble a bit. I think it's time to end this thing, but also I just want to say before we end that this is the first episode. We've never done this before. We did an audio commentary, which is not the same thing, and Jared wasn't even in that one. So
we're
this
a
is the
little
first
lost
time
and
we're-
confused.
Yeah, I mean, we're 3 Americans and 1 Swede just talking about shit, basically, for an hour. And
who's the
that's
Swede?
the podcast. I don't know. Probably not the one with the obvious American accent.
I mean, it's pretty fun. Like I like talking about random stuff, speedrunning and games related.
Yeah,
So
what-
I mean, if we can do this more and like get, I mean, we
Special
can have
guests
guests
on here.
and-
Yeah, we never talked
Yeah.
about that. We can bring guests on, or that we plan.
Yeah,
on.
we have plans of doing that.
Gabe
like,
Newell, if you
hopefully
want to
one
be a
for
guest
every
on our
episode.
podcast.
Please,
Gabe, you are very welcome.
Actually, you're not. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, we hate
Jared,
you so much.
Don't be that way.
Gabe and we would love to have you.
And obviously, this might be something that you all, people watching this, hate and think it's like the worst thing you've ever heard. Then we probably won't be doing a lot of more of these, but still, you could be liking it or loving it or enjoying it enough so we
Now
continue.
coming on iTunes.
Feedback of either variety is appreciated.
Constructive, please. Please
Not,
don't be
oh
like,
my god,
"Whoa, this
hacks,
sucks."
lol,
Yeah.
lol, lol.
God, I can't wait for
Master
YouTube to come
Troller
out with that
XD.
filtering shit.
Man.
Look at my Tumblr. It has pictures.
I think we're gonna lose like half our comments on WOMOV when we start the filtering.
Yeah, pretty much. But like that. I mean, I think that's a good idea. And with the semi-monthly kind of thing, we can get progress too. Like this is kind of how
Yeah.
we could talk to people. Like people, I know there's still people commenting on like the Inbounds trailer. That's like, when is it coming out? Or the Dwam. Oh, I should probably not bring that up. Anyway, so
What?
like the Dwamov explanation video.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
and the
blasphemy.
outtakes video.
Gone forever.
outtakes.
It doesn't
no,
exist.
it will get done. We'll see to it.
That's
At some
debatable.
point, Valve time, guys. You don't have to worry. It's Valve time. We don't have to actually care about when it comes out.
we don't actually have to do it.
Just
we
at
just
some
have to say
point.
we're gonna do it.
We can just redo it all
Exactly.
from scratch when we're halfway through.
Guys,
Yeah.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
I just found this can of spray-on acoustic ceiling repair, and I really want to destroy this fucking thing, but I don't think I should.
You should go outside and set it on fire.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, that's-
So with that.
We have plans for what we're gonna do next. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in.
Are we
I
gonna do
guess.
like a individual outro thing, or
Individual, I don't think that's necessary, is it? What are we gonna say goodbye, all 4 of us?
I want to personally thank every one of you. For
no? I
listening
meant
to
like
this.
fucking self-advertising or something.
Oh, all right. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Gocnak.
Subscribe
Yeah.
to @Justin Bieber for all the latest news from Darwin.
Hey! Twitter, Darwin with _, I think. Darwin is just to be complex and stupid. D4RW1N _ on Twitch and Twitter. And
Lead
music
speak.
is Smedius, that's SMEDIUS.
You could probably include links to all of this in the
Yeah, I'm gonna
description
include.
when
Okay,
we
I'm gonna
upload it.
edit this. I hope I'm gonna do a good job. I think I've done it on trailers and shit so far, so I hope so.
Get to go? Do I get
So
to
if we're
go?
talking about something, I hope I have like visuals for it, and you can click links
Windows
there,
Live photo
annotations,
story, come on.
description, whatever.
Can I go?
Yes.
Tumblr.com/centaur1 and then soundcloud.com/captaincool2. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, thanks for stopping by, San Diego.
See ya.
See you
Bye
next time.
forever.